Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Planning, Zoning, and Agriculture for Wednesday, July 19th. If we get a roll call, please, Kelly.
Mr. Featherling?
Here.
Mr. Miller? Here. Ms. Weber? Present. Mr. Fairfield? Present. Mr. Long?
Present.
Mr. Swanson? Present. Mr. Eckhoff? Ms. Foster? Present. Ms. Andrade? Present. Mr. Ashcraft? Mr. Scanlon? Ms. Turner? Present. Mr. Wheeler? Mr. Alexander Hildebrand? We have a quorum.
Thank you. I have no public comment here, and I don't see anybody else in the back there. We get everybody received their minutes on the email. Does anyone have any additions or deletions they want to make in the minutes, and otherwise to take a motion to approve them? Mr. Long? Mr. Swanson? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed, same sign. Sorry, nobody's gonna oppose that. Okay, we got to combine, or we'll do the building report. Mr. Skimmerhorn, we already had that in your packet. Everybody has it. Any questions or anything on it? Let Del run through it real quick.
All right, you should have your building division report for June in your packet. We had one new home that we issued a permit for. We issued 93 permits, totaling a valuation of a little over 13 million, and brought in revenue of 66,528. Just a little note, that does include 3 solar farms in that figure. That's up dramatically from June of 2022, where we had 116 permits and $38,000 in revenue.
Okay. I got a motion right there. Oh, okay. We get a motion to approve. Mr. Fairfield and Ms. Andrade. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries, I guess. Oh boy. Stormwater MS4 program discussion.
As we do every month, we keep this on the agenda in case any board members have any stormwater, Clean Water Act, water pollution issues that they would like to bring forward.
Okay, anyone have any questions? Mr. Skimmerhorn's here? No? Okay, next up, I'd like to combine and approve the appointment of Michael Manow to the Zoning Board of Appeals and appointment of Willie Ames as Vice Chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Can I get a motion? Okay, Mr. Long, Mr. Wheeler?
Motion to combine.
Okay, motion to combine and approve. Good. Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, none. Okay, planning. Historical preservation. I believe that's you, Del. Are you doing that, Del?
Michelle will be handling
okay.
this.
You coming up here where we can see you?
Yeah.
Come up here. There you go. Uh-oh. I know.
You get it? There you
Thank you. Good morning.
go. Get your own assistant.
Yeah. So I'm coming before you this morning. We have an intergovernmental agreement we would like the chairman to sign with the Village of Bourbonnais to landmark the Bourbonnais Grove Log Schoolhouse. This is the second one we've done for Bourbonnais. The other one was Laterno Home. So that's what I need for the first one. It's just a approval to have the chairman sign the agreement. It is up at the state's attorney's office, so it will be pending approval.
Okay. Mr. Long has to make the motion. Mr. Wheeler, we had a motion. Okay. Okay. Mr. Fairfield, second. All right, so all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, that's all. Next one up, Del. Or I mean, Michelle.
The second one is for the county to actually approve the Historic Preservation Commission landmarking the log schoolhouse in Bourbonnais. We've went through hearing. The commission recommended approval. With signing the intergovernmental agreement, that also, Bourbonnais is also approving it to be nominated. So now we need the county to approve it.
Okay, we're the only ones left then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, any questions for Michelle on that one? Otherwise, if you entertain a motion to approve that one, I guess, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Swanson first, Mr. Fairfield, get a second. All in favor say aye. 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 Opposed, same sign. Okay, none.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Oh boy. Mr. Wilson. He's got a big book there.
Okay. Let me make you some room here. We're going
Could you
through
make a
that.
copy for me, please?
I'm gonna make several
I need
copies.
a copy here so I can, no, just
Yeah.
kidding.
We're gonna go through that line by
Yeah,
line.
we're gonna do a line by line. I actually want you to see the print size on this.
Okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's not all spread out, huh?
Yeah, very, very demonstrative. So we have received the multi-year plan for the state of Illinois. And this is something that we do for the MPO that we're obligated to put in our transportation improvement program. And you received a very truncated version of that. And what I wanted to do was give information, because Chairman Featherling and I talk a lot about projects that are happening in his area. Hey, what's going on with the overpass? What's happening with this? They outline in that proposal year by year. So you've got FY24, which started on July 1st of this year. And it shows the work that's being done. We're doing some land acquisition and phase one engineering, railroad engineering and flaggers for I-57. We've got some work going on in the area, and you can see in 25, 26, and the subsequent years what's happening. The document as it comes out is a 1,532-page document. It's a bit aggressive, but what I wanted to do was bring forward to your attention, and then I have one other thing that's not MYP related, but just to show the board the work that's going on, not only within the individual jurisdictions, but with statewide work. Just in case you have any questions about it. Certainly, any questions you do have about work or about projects that are happening in your jurisdictions, let us know. We'd be happy to talk with the state about that. But the current workload for FY24 is not necessarily that great. I mean, for the state it is, there's a big state here, but for our area we have kind of a continuation of the projects, right? I-57's been under construction for quite a while. There's some mill and fill activities that are happening, and then there's a lot of engineering and things that happen in the preliminary engineering 1 and preliminary engineering 2 phases that you might not know are happening, and so those kind of come up, similar to the work that's happening at Armour Road, where we're doing utility relocates, and everybody says, they're not doing anything yet. It's like we're in this kind of utility pinch in one of the corners on that intersection, and so a lot of work has to get done to preload that. So these are kind of all of the moving pieces that go into it. So you'll see as a project comes into an FY with a PE1 or PE2, there will be subsequent work done after that engineering is complete. So that's how we get into acquiring land and then doing construction. So it's kind of how we sequence our projects. IDOT is doing a really good job right now in rolling out information to our team about where we are from the engineering standpoint, just so we can really kind of plan ahead as to see what the projects look like. I will say, as an MPO, we always want to focus on really coordinating efforts. The last thing we would need is 5 or 6 east-west corridors all under construction at the same exact time. So we want to make sure that we know as a town, if maybe a village has a mill and fill project, that they know exactly what's happening with the state roads, so that we're not creating too much congestion at the same exact point. That being understood, sometimes we need to construct in the construction season, so that does happen sometimes. We really try to step back from that and make sure everybody has a really good grasp on all the projects. So this gets shared with all of our community partners, and we thought it would be a good idea just to share it with this board in case any of your member your constituents want to know what's happening within the area or what's happening on the state side. So we'll kind of continue to give updates on that. So that's all I have for the MYP.
Yeah. It's Bantino. Okay. So, Mr. Wilson, sorry, anybody else have any questions? Okay. Ms. Weber? Okay.
Thank you. I noticed that on the pages that are in our packet, it says the city, and each one says Kankakee. So all these projects in our packet are for the city of Kankakee?
The jurisdictions, hold on. Our MPO is the Kankakee MPO. The work that's being done on, let's see. Yeah, so like I-57 Manteno interchange, City of Manteno. So 24 is work that's heavily being done in Kankakee, yes.
And all the rest of them, all the rest of the pages say Kankakee too.
So as you get to like Mantino interchange, cities Mantino, we've got line items there. There's culvert replacement. Obviously, 57 work is happening in the city of well,
I got you.
sort of in the city of Kankakee.
Yeah.
It's Kankakee adjacent.
I understand. Thank you.
Anyone else have it? Mr. Wheeler?
So the missing component, I guess, it would be what the township's work program is and what the county highway department work program is.
And then the individual cities work programs. So yeah, this combined. So these are the state route marked and unmarked state route work. So then any work that's being done by a township road commission, county highway work, or individual city streets or village streets is not part of this. This is just the state's work element.
Okay. Mr. Reed, okay? Good. Anybody else have anything? No? Ben, so are these start projects for that year, or they bump them again, or they just pick out certain ones and don't do them? Is that's what happened once before, I think?
Yeah, so
they do the ones that are on, they say they're gonna do the ones that are on here, and then some they don't do.
the 24 ones are on here.
Okay.
I would say that sometimes what happens from a land acquisition standpoint or utility relocation standpoint, you might have something that's slated in 25, and maybe there's 8 or 10 property owners at an intersection where it takes a little while to go through the eminent domain process. I will say any of these that are happening, for the most part, have some federal component of funds. And when you get into federal land acquisition, the regulations are very strict. We're not allowed to just do certain things, and it does elongate the timeline. Any of it that's just Rebuild Illinois money has a little shorter timeline, which is nice. But it is important to remember the current year's tip is what we're working on currently. The future tip can be adjusted. So 25 through 29 can kind of all be fluid. But the 24 year, which is highlighted as such, is the work that we're doing right now.
Okay.
I guess I should note that anything that started in the 23 tip is not listed in here, but it's under construction. Obviously, the bridge is under construction on I-57. We're not going to stop that work, so that'll continue. And this is maybe an okay segue for me. I just want one other thing that's not necessarily MYP related, but is TIP related. At the last MPO meeting, the question was asked, what's going on with Hobby Avenue? And I know this group probably is interested in what's happening with Hobby Avenue. We're very close to final utility work, and Mr. Piggish indicated that they will be under road construction in end of July, start of August. So we're targeting, let's say, August construction for Hobby Avenue. So it'll be under construction. I know it's been a long time coming, and I know everybody probably drives past it wondering what's going on with it. So I just wanted to give that brief update on and that is an MPO project. That's one that we're funding.
Yeah. Seems like somebody's always down in the hole working over there somewhere. So. Okay, any questions, Ms. Turner? You didn't have anything? No? Okay. Anyone else? No? Barring none. I guess, thank you, Mr. Wilson. Did you read that whole thing?
I did.
Okay. Just checking. Thank you. Okay, anything, do we have anything for old business? We got Mr. Wheeler back there. You got anything for old business? No? Okay. Anything for new business? Sure.
I will just tell the committee, I really don't know what to do about the $700,000 grant for the bus barn, because you can't build a building for that, and there's no inventory locally. And we're just going around and around. We think we found a place, and then you get in there, and then there's posts that are structural right in the middle. You can't pull buses through. So believe me, multiple real estate people working on it, me, shaking the tree as much as I can, but you're talking $100 a square foot on a Morton building now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't know what to do. And we have to work with Ben on this. Dell's part of the conversation, but mostly Ben. I'm trying. I just don't like we don't have the money, but I don't like turning it down, but it's like a third of what we would need if we were to build it.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
It's like you used to build a nice ranch house for $100 a square foot.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, thank you for update on that, Andy. Anyone else? That's all? We get a motion to adjourn, Mr. Long. Second, Mr. Swanson. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.